Hi everyone, good evening. Uh, I think people are feeling a bit lazy because we are towards the end of the conference. But let's make this session more and more engaging. And I'll request people who are sitting at the back, please come forward so that we can have a close discussion and we can make best out of this session. So what happens when technology, collaboration, and impact comes together to make volunteering unstoppable? So in this session, we will be unfolding, uh, how we can make volunteering scale, how we can make it more impactful through different things like using different things like technology, collaboration, celebration, and we have three esteemed people from diversified backgrounds. Let me introduce the host. Let me introduce the speakers for this session. We have Sahil Samir, if you can stand up and wave. So Sahil is an MBA graduate from IIM Indore who has co-founded Open Grad Foundation to promote equal access to competitive exams in India. Prior to this, he was working as an assistant manager at Samsung and a product manager at Optum. In 2018, he co-created a platform called KeralaRescue.in, which was adopted by the government of Kerala, and they started using that portal during whenever there was a floods in Kerala. Sahil has also received the IEEE Larry K. Wilson Asia and Pacific Outstanding Volunteer Award, and at IIM Indore, he was the founding member of the Product Management Club. Welcome, Sahil. Next, we have Rasika. She is the founding member of Impactis Global and has pioneered the development of a scholarship tech platform working closely with founders and teams to drive operations, partnerships, sales, and tech development. Previously, she led transformative projects at Piramal and Dasara, including scaling education programs and implementing governance mechanisms. She is a former Gandhi Fellow and an electronics engineering graduate. She is passionate about creating systemic impact through innovation, collaboration, and strategy. Welcome, Rasika. Next, we have Yakshika Vats. She holds a master's in economics and has been running a HVAC mechanical startup for last 7 years. Alongside her entrepreneurship journey, her passion for change led her to volunteer extensively. While volunteering, she realized how storytelling can inspire more people to volunteer and it could be a part of life. She is now focused on building humans of volunteering and promoting Volfest, striving to make volunteering more accessible and inspiring. She thrives on collaboration, storytelling, and bringing diverse ideas together to drive meaningful change. Welcome, Yakshika. So the format of this session will be each speaker will come here. They'll speak for around 10-12 minutes. They will take you through the different cases which they have experienced and what are the successes and failures of their work. And then we'll open the stage for questions. We'll have the Mentimeter. You can ask various questions. I'll also ask some questions. So over to Sahil to present about Open Grad.
Thanks, Ashutosh, for the warm intro. And unfortunately, this is the first session after the lunch. So the session which happens just before the lunch and after the lunch is a little tough as a speaker. And I'll keep my own time. I mean, though they have told they'll keep time, I don't trust them much. So I'll keep my own time. First slide. You can use the clicker. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So, since it's a new organization, Open Dad Foundation is very new. It's a 2-year organization. So I thought like the story of the organization is a lot intertwined with our own story or the founder's story. So I'll just take you through my background, how we founded Open Dad Foundation or what led to Open Dad Foundation. So again, during my childhood, I was fascinated by this movie called Three Idiots. So I badly wanted to do engineering because I thought my idea of engineering was it's about making things. You can build drones, you can build quad bikes and whatnot. So I was fascinated by engineering and I did engineering. I joined for electronics and communication. But day one at engineering college, I realized engineering is not just about building stuffs. You have to study, you have to score good grades to sit for the placements. And unlike in 3 days, the guy who jumped out of the building, even he got a placement. He jumped out of the building because he scored poor in academics, but then even he got a placement. So all my expectations about engineering ended on day one at my engineering college. But then that's when I started volunteering because I thought like volunteering is a great opportunity. So I understood that anyway my career choice was not right. I had landed in an engineering college. Now I want to make use of the platform. So a lot of people in their UG college, they utilize the college as a platform to explore what else they can do. That's what happens in general. So I did the same. I started volunteering with multiple organizations, but finally I found peace at this organization called IEEE. So those who don't know IEEE is the world's largest technical professional organization. So it's basically, its full form is Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers, which was started by the likes of Edison. So it's like dated back to that time. And I was leading the Kerala section activities. So we had around 130 student chapters in Kerala in different engineering colleges. So I was leading the entire student activities there. So that's in 2018 when the Kerala was hit by one of the biggest floods in the past century. So what was peculiar about the floods is, Kerala was not used to these sort of floods. 2018 the first time. And that was like a huge deluge which happened. So me along with 3-4 of my friends whom I met from IEEE, we thought we'll create a portal called KeralaRescue.in. Idea was very simple. So it's a portal where the people who are stuck in floods can register. On the other side, volunteers can register and we will map them. This was the idea. We started in one day, we made the website, the website was live. But then we also made it open source. Once we make it open source, for those who don't know, like once we make it open source, people across the globe can contribute to the platform. And at the same time, the flood was also getting worse and worse. And in 4 days, around 2,000 techies from across the globe, including, the employees from FAANG companies and across the globe, they started contributing. The number of features also started getting improved. Say, for example, in Kerala, geotagging people was a big issue because the disaster management don't know where these people are stuck. So now there was a feature which was added where the people could geotag themselves so that the disaster management team will go and pick them. You need to tell the people what exactly is the requirement of relief camps. Say certain relief camps might need food, certain relief camp might need like certain supplies and things like that. If you don't find a person, if a person is missing, you could simply go to the portal, type in their Aadhaar number, and you can find where, in which relief camp this person is presently, is at present. So that's the portal is all about. In 1 week, 55,000 volunteers registered in the portal and 57,000 lives were rescued using the portal. And it was taken over by the government of Kerala as the official portal for rescue and rehabilitation activities. So that happened. And then a lot of institutes used to call me for sessions on disaster management, which I had no clue about, but I used to go. I was enjoying the stardom out there. And that led to semester 6, I failed in all the 6 subjects. And my college was always ranked in the top 2-3 in the university of 150 colleges. But that particular semester, because of me, it was dragged down to 15th position. And I had a special parents meeting. Yeah, so that was a reality check. Too much into volunteering. I failed in, all 6 subjects in my semester 6. So I thought I should bring it back, go back to my academics. Somehow cleared BTech in 4 years. I had to write 12 papers in my final year. Finally, it happened and I cracked into IIM Indore. So that was also a turning point because I badly wanted to study in a national level institution. So that was a dream I had. I wanted to get into IIT, which didn't happen. So finally, this happened. And then at the IIM Indore, I was training around 5 students for the CAT entrance examination. And these students were from very normal background. Every week they used to call me and cry. They used to tell that I can't do it. But I told them I have also been in this place. You just continue taking the mocks. Course might be less, but you will be able to do it. And finally, all 5 got into top 10-15 B schools of the country. And then after, college, naturally I joined the corporate because I have 20 lakhs of education loan. So corporate is the way to go. So I joined Samsung. Next slide. So in 2022, once I graduated from IIM Indore, I had few learnings. These many learnings. One, KeralaRescue.in. So people coming together, they can do wonders. Second, volunteering is the only way when you can get like such quality talent to work for serious causes. Because I could not have hired people from Facebook or Amazon to build keralarescue.in. But through volunteering, I was able to do that. So I could make use of high-skilled high-skilled people using volunteers. I can channelize their energy. Second, peer-to-peer learning culture. So force communities, like keralarescue.in was a force initiative. So force communities used to build things together. They used to make use of the peer-to-peer learning thing, which was inexistent in education. In education, nobody helps anyone else. It's just that we pay for a service and we get the service. Especially when it comes to competitive exam preparation, right? Also, I understood that education is the biggest equalizer because one of the students who cracked into IIM, whom I have trained, she called me back after 2 years. She got placed in Mercedes as a product manager. And I asked her how her life has changed. And she told like, okay, financial upliftment is one, that has happened. But along with that, social upliftment has also happened because now her cousins also want to get into these sort of colleges. So now she is the role model. She is a relatable role model for her cousins and people from her family, right? At the least. And also volunteering can be a game changer for education sector. So I didn't do a lot of experiments there, but I thought like just like keralarescue.in, I can bring great people, best brains of the country to the education sector. So that's how we started OpenDat Foundation, India's first free and community-powered entrance coaching platform. So we basically want to promote access to Tier 1 colleges. Now, why Tier 1? Because Tier 1 colleges, I would say it's a great platform for people to explore a lot of things. If you look at Chetan Bhagat, if you look at Harsha Bogle, if you look at Sushant Singh Rajput, late Sushant Singh Rajput, all these people are doing something which is different from the college which they have chosen, but still that college has given them the platform. So even now, say I moved into social sector because I am having a huge safety net of the IIM degree I hold. Unfortunately, that's how India works. India drives on brands. I'm not a huge fan of that, but that happens. So I want the students from normal backgrounds to experience the Tier 1 colleges so that it's not just financial upliftment as I have told, it's also about social upliftment. And what is hindering them from getting into these colleges? Earlier, for example, if someone wants to get into a Delhi university, they could have done that by scoring well in the board examinations, which was fair. Now a new entrance called CUET has been introduced. Once an entrance exam comes into picture, the people who are from cities who are having access to lakhs worth resources will be having a huge upper hand. And unfortunately, schools are not bridging for that. Lack of role models. One of the biggest issues because, say, I got into IIM purely because a lot of my seniors from my UG did that. So I am like, if they can do that, I can also do that. Relatable role models. But majority of the students in the country don't have that relatable role models. So we want to experience peer-to-peer learning mechanism. So what we did is like we started signing MOUs with top tier institutions of the country. As of now, we have 50 MOUs with IITs, IIMs, NLUs, etc. And it's all online. 99% of our programs are online. We partner with the governments as well as other non-profits to bring in the students. We do a mapping in 3:1 ratio. Every 3 student who is aspiring to get into, say, a national law university will get a mentor ideally who is from a national law university. So what essentially happens is like they have just cleared the entrance 2 years, 3 years back, relatability. So they comes and tells like, okay, I have also been in this place. Right. On top of that, we also have an edtech platform, more like the Byju's thing, through which they can access all the video lectures, mock tests, etc. So from an aspirant point of view, learning resources is 1, relatable role model access is 2. So this lead to better course completion and everything, associated with that. We have had great results in the past as well. One of the best thing, the motivation to bring in the volunteers is 1. Say, for example, last year, we had 57% of our students cracking into IIMs of a batch of 80. So that was our first batch. Now, one of the students, Abhiram, who got into IIM Bangalore, this year he came back with 9 of his friends who have not experienced OpenDat Foundation. And they told like they will take care of the interview preparations of the students. And this year we had 500 MBA students, of which we have 200 IIM calls already. So these people are training them with the help of other 120 mentors from different B schools. Similarly, we are doing like a statewide project in Tamil Nadu. Last year, we started working with all tribal schools of Tamil Nadu for higher education access. So Jaya, who is shooting the video, he was a volunteer there. He was working with the Madras High Court and he told like, okay, I like your work, I am joining you full time. So that also has happened because people, once they get to experience the power of volunteering, especially in education, because see, all our activities are like 6 months projects or 1 year projects. So easily you can see the impact. You ask a volunteer to help a student for 1 year, you can tell that, okay, this has happened to the student. So that actually helps. Short-term engagement and larger impact helps the volunteers retention, and all of our volunteers are coming back as well. Then the third one is again word of mouth and college partnership. So college partnership is important because since we are having a college tied up there, we collaborate with the social club of colleges. In most cases, social clubs of colleges are dormant or inactive. They'll be having couple of active members, but unfortunately they can't continue the program. One week they go to school, they click pictures, come back. Next week they can't go. But with our system, the thing is they just have to spend 1 hour a week online, flexible. And we also have a POC from the college who is included in this. So it becomes like extremely easy for them. And it's easy for us to enforce as well the volunteers. If someone is not working, we can easily tell the volunteers that this guy is not working. Again, talking about tech, we are having a volunteer management system. So basically this is to manage the college, the volunteers, as well as the aspirants. Because since the mentors are interacting with the mentees, it's important to ensure that all these are tracked. Minors are involved. So we need to ensure that in case of an abuse, there should be systems to report that. So we have built it on top of Telegram because it's difficult for us, difficult to ask someone to install a new application to access Open Data Foundation. Similarly, say if in case, the volunteer want to download a certificate for their work. Say their hours are clocked in the platform, they can anytime go to the platform and download a certificate for whatever they have worked, right? And this has to be approved by the college POC. So the head of the social club of say IIM Bangalore Vigasana is actually an extended member of Open Data Foundation who ensures that the activities of Open Data Foundation is being taken care. So this is how we have developed the tech around volunteer management. And last slide. I know I have exceeded like 43 seconds, but yeah, I'll wrap it up. Last slide. So, wait. Yeah, this is more about the cohorts. We are into multiple programs as of now, mostly trying to work with governments. Government of Tamil Nadu is our biggest project. We have like a couple of cohorts in Chhattisgarh, Northeast, and Delhi as well. CAT first cohort was CAT with a 57% conversion to IIMs. We tried IPMAT, only 150 seats. Like it's a 5-year integrated program by IIM Indore. We had 3 of our students joining there, which was like good for the first batch. And CUET UG, the first batch, 78% students converted into central universities. And the best part is like most of the students didn't know that CUET UG exists in the first place when they enrolled with us. That's the biggest thing, no? They don't have awareness at all. Apart from that, now we are, trying to expand into more courses. Now we are having around 700 active volunteers working with us. And yeah, around 3,000 students is what we are working with. So yeah, try to wrap it up in 14 minutes. Time for questions.
So we'll have questions towards the end of the session.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, please.
After all the presentations are made.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Sahib. So now we'll have our next speaker, Rasika, who is the founding member of Impactus Global. Please, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the session. So let's meet Aditi. Aditi is a very bright, ambitious student, and she's ready to change the world. She wants to become a doctor. Why she wants to become a doctor? Because उसने अपने घर पे देखा that her father is constantly falling ill, and they're spending a lot in getting treatments and all of that. And she always felt that, okay, if I would have been a doctor, or if there would have been one person who was a doctor in my home, we would have solved it very easily. We would have not have to spend a lot of money, etc. But unfortunately, she cannot become a doctor because her mother has stopped her education after 10th standard and has got her to come and clean and wash utensils in different homes that her mother works in. So the major issue millions of bright students face is that they lack financial support. They have the potential, they have the capability of becoming something or wanting to fulfill their dreams of higher education. But most of the times, the lack of financial support is something which stops them from doing so. And that's the issue with the education system, that while enrollments in the primary education are very high, the enrollments in higher education are significantly low, and the major constraint, like even he mentioned, was financial reasons. On the other hand, when we come to corporates and corporate volunteering, every year millions and millions of hours are clocked into volunteering, and companies spend billions into the CSR. But what happens is the corporate volunteers, they put their time, and the impact is just one time, and it's a one-time single engagement that they end up doing. So most of the times they are painting school walls where kids, while the painting is done very beautifully, but the kids are still not learning out of it. They are not making right use of the Bala ecosystem that they are trying to paint and build. They are planting saplings, but without the care and without every time going and nurturing the tree, it might not even survive. And they are cleaning beaches, but the waste returns because there's no system in place to keep a track of all of that. So one-time activities create a feel-good factor for the volunteers, and it's momentary, but it is not a long-term change that is happening. But what if we could channel all of this, and what if we can bring everybody together, and we can bring something, a change which is consistent, measurable, and it's life-changing, not just for the volunteers, but also for the students. What if there was a way to turn volunteering into something which is not just a tick box activity for the corporate, but also something which changes the lives of the students that are being part of the system? So at Impactus, what we did was we came together with different corporate partners, with different NGO partners, and our aim or our goal was to ensure how do we turn one-time volunteers into a community of change makers who can nurture future talent and who can take them forward. And how do we do that? So we set out with a mission that we want to build authentic connections between students. And we have seen a lot of sessions in the past 2 days where we have talked about how we can involve the corporate volunteers further, how we can engage them, how we can build empathy and all of that. And that's what we also work on. We want to build a connection which is personal. We went on to build a method which is recurring and which is measurable. So we bring in real stories and real impact from the students, and we build a process that has a lasting impact on the students as well as on the volunteers. So students come together and they share stories. Yeah, so what our team does is we help students who apply for scholarships with us. We are a scholarship technology platform. And we help the students to tell their stories to the volunteers in a way where they can share their challenges, how they've overcome it, and they can structure their thoughts and their journeys beautifully for the volunteers to connect and interact with. Let's look at one example of a student called Chandru and his story. So this kind of stories is what we build out of this.
When I was studying in class 10th, one of my seniors has got selected to IIT and he cracked the exam. This news was so popular in my school because my teachers were so proud of him and they were praising him a lot in my class. I was so surprised that he did that much of good achievements. I don't know which exam it is. And I asked my teachers and he gave some information about that. Then I researched about IIT. Then I came to know that the IITs are the top universities of India and it's a dream of every engineering aspirant. Finally, I came to know that IITians are more passionate about their achieving goals. IIT only gives them infrastructure and good facilities like providing them good teachers and professors and good labs and many things, etc. Then I decided and committed myself strongly and I took an oath to clear JEE. Then I started my preparation on summer vacation itself. At the starting itself, I had a COVID pandemic. So because of that, I can't afford offline classes. But at the starting, I have online classes. So I was demotivated myself. And to get motivated, I usually read some books. And my parents and my teachers and my friends also motivated in some circumstances. With all these problems, I only believe and faith on my hard work. I started doing the exam from the day one with the hard work only. At the last, my hard work paid me. I'm in the line to get into good IIT.
So Chandru was finally able to get into IIT Kharagpur. Chandru comes from rural Karnataka background, and his family is a farming family earning around 11 to 12,000 per year kind of income, and he is right now studying in IIT Kharagpur in third year. We also brought together volunteers who united, and we are trying to build a community of change makers. And we reach out to corporate volunteers because all of them are seasoned professionals who have been through a similar career journey. Some of them have also completed their educations and degrees through support from others, through scholarships, etc. So it's relatable for them to understand the student's journey, student's pain, and also understand the qualities that the student is bringing in together. They have also got people proficiency, and these are the community of change makers that we are trying to build. We showed these heartfelt videos to the volunteers where they go through the video of each of the student applicant, scholarship applicant on our portal. They also go through the statement of purpose that the student shares, where the student talks about the family background, what do they do, what do they want to become in future, what are their role models, etc. And based on the video where the student is sharing the challenges and on the statement of purpose, you have to just analyze the student on 5 different personality traits. So a corporate volunteer is not just doing volunteering, but they are doing some sort of skill-based volunteering where they are bringing in their own talent development skills and also trying to understand how a student is performing on different personality aspects like a learning attitude, a sense of giving back, ambition, etc. And they can also give some open feedback to the students and recommendations for us and all of that. And they have a dashboard where they can track how many students they have impacted, how many they can impact further, etc. And we have just started, but last year we were able to work with around 1,600 plus volunteers, and 1,700 plus volunteering hours were contributed in evaluating scholarship applicants with us. And around 30,000 evaluations were done by the volunteers. And it's not just about evaluations or evaluating the student, but the volunteers were able to connect with the stories of the student and were able to see the transformation. So all the process of volunteering and evaluation not just helped the students. So for example, Chandru, when he started the journey, he wanted to be a IIT student. He wanted to do it because he saw someone in his school become a IIT student and was praised by the teachers. When he joined us, we also do group sessions with the students. So this was what
हाँ तो आप बोल
he
रहे थे
was
कि you
facing.
stammer sometimes when you try to explain your thoughts.
Yes, even happened with when I used to talk in my mother tongue also. So this is the fear. Sometimes I feel less confident of that. So how to overcome that problem?
But एक बात बताओ आप मुझे कि किस
So
चीज का
basically, Chandru was, once he got into IIT Kharagpur, his next challenge was that how do I talk to my classmates? How do I talk to my teachers? How do I talk? I'm stammering, I don't even know English, and I'm feeling very underconfident. What do I do? So even after cracking a prestigious college, he was still struggling. And a lot of our volunteers and also employees who come in as mentors and coaches helped with different things that students are struggling with. And this is one of the recent videos of Chandru. I don't know how to play this. Can you play the second video? Next one.
हाँ तो आप बोल रहे थे कि
Not this.
हाँ तो आप
Click on the second video. The Teotier Foundation. So Chandru is currently in 3rd year, and his latest message from him.
Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you are all doing great. I'm really happy to connect with you. It's our first interaction in 2025. My name is Chandru CP, a 3rd year student at IIT Kharagpur. I came back to campus 20 days ago, and this is my 6th semester. This semester I'm studying production design and process planning and statistical learning as a part of my core subjects. Apart from that, I have taken 2 additional courses, Science and Happiness, to learn more about human happiness and well-being. Last semester, I studied entrepreneurship and innovation, where I learned how to turn an idea into reality and conduct market research. It was a great experience. So I decided to learn about financial management. So I took course about Introduction to Financial Management.
So basically, Chandru is currently in his 3rd year, and he has been doing a different lot of courses at IIT. He is able to confidently speak in English, as well as he started his own startup with his fellow mates to support other students who want to get into IIT and who need mentoring and coaching. So this kind of impact is what we have been able to create for the students through the volunteering process as well as through the scholarships. So not just scholarships, but the mentoring, guidance, and network that they get through all of this process. And it's not just transformational for the students, but it has been also a great experience for the corporate partners and volunteers who have been part of the journey, who have always shared experience, like they've got the rewarding experiences out of it, and they have enjoyed the process that we have built for them to do the volunteering, which is all tech-based and which is all remotely working and gamified for them. Let's look at one of the case studies of our partner Salesforce, where we were able to be one of the top 5 causes at Salesforce last year. And we have had around 200 plus volunteers who have contributed 400 plus volunteering hours. And in 1 month, the volunteers were also able to raise around 14 lakh plus funds to help around 20 scholarships for 20 new students in the process. And these are some testimonials from the volunteer manager and some volunteers. What did we do at Salesforce? So we not just do monthly engagement. So the evaluation process. So what we do is we are a scholarship platform, and volunteers come in to evaluate the scholars. They watch the 2-minute video, they watch the essay and everything, and then they rate the student on 5 personality traits. So that is a monthly engagement that we do with different corporate volunteers. We also help them with recognition, growth, and gamification of the thing. And beyond evaluation, we invite the top volunteers to also become guides and mentors for the students. We have a tech platform and process where we send regular updates, and regular communication happens through, everything is all techized. And the result for 6 to 8 months of engagement with Salesforce was, even though we have 200 volunteers, we have had 290 plus employees who have come and funded 20 plus scholarships with us. And we are trying to gamify it further, and we are trying to deepen the engagement with Salesforce, and not only with Salesforce, but with other corporate partners as well. Volunteers not only connect with the students. So like, for example, Atul Ranjan had shared that he not only watches these videos for himself and to feel motivated, but he also shows them to his own children to motivate them कि यार ये बच्चे कर सकते हैं तो आप क्यों नहीं कर सकते हो. And we have also had volunteers who have come up with their own scholarships on our platform, personalized scholarships to give a tribute to their family members, a memorial scholarship, or if they believe in a certain cause, then they come up and create scholarships. So these kind of scholarships also volunteers come, and so basically it's an ecosystem that is getting built where volunteers start their journey with evaluating the students, connecting with the students, and then also ending up becoming their mentors, coaches, and creating scholarships for them. Is the time over?
Thank you so much, Rasika. It was really great to see Chandru's story and how he has, from stammering to confidently speaking English and in third year of his IIT. So now, speaking about stories, I may ask my next speaker, Yakshika, who will be telling about how using stories and celebration we can, do impactful volunteering. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Pretty in-depth information was there in the last 20 minutes about how these people are doing amazing work. However, my focus still sticks to how Sahil started, what made him start. He lives in Kerala, he saw floods, he thought of making some platform that could help. And then these stories make you volunteer for different causes. You either pick up a cause or an organization or your city-specific issues, and then you try to make something out of it. So I wanted to know, we are all non-profits here, or do we have any corporates as well? We have a corporate. And rest of us are coming from non-profits. Corporates, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so when I talk about stories, going forward, so I have founded this organization called Humans of Volunteering. I was in school back when we were given a project of SOS villages, and we were told the child who raises the most of funds from around your neighborhood gets a, some gift every year. So it was like my personal aim to achieve that particular gift for the year, and I wanted to prove that I am the best person in the school. At least someone with a good heart, right? That was what I wanted to prove. When that happened, I used to, even pick up 20 rupees notes in my own home, 50 rupee notes, going to different people, telling them about SOS villages, and used to collect money. And every year, straight for 5 years, I got those awards every year. And that actually, I did not know the term volunteering was the thing that I was doing. Then I started, volunteering with different organizations around college and meeting different people from different causes. I realized there's a lot of stories out there we don't know about. And I looked out if there was a platform which I was actually telling stories of people who volunteer for social change. And it did not exist. So the first step that I did was I opened Instagram, I made a username, Humans of Volunteering. That is how Gen Zs, I am not a Gen Z, I'm a little, just 1 year away. But that's how we behave to things that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, okay? So what we do, we aim at making volunteering a national habit. When we say we want to make volunteering a national habit, we mean that we want to make volunteering a part of your life. Irrespective of where you come from, what you do, what professionally you are working on, you should start to include volunteering as a part of your life. It's not something you need to drop down and then take up, right? So at Humans of Volunteering, we are basically a storytelling platform. We share stories of people who volunteer for change. I was just talking to Sahil and I didn't realize I told him stories of 3 people. That is, I think, how I have become, telling stories of other people now. And so majorly 3 things we do. We do a volunteering festival, a storytelling for change, and corporate volunteering. So this is what I am going to speak about today because it's going to be a case study. Beyond stories, I am not going to tell any stories because they are all up on our platform. We have stories here as well. We have Deepak sir we listened to yesterday. We have Sahil who was telling about how he started. So these are the stories around us, but we don't know if, what is the relatability index of these stories? Okay, he's a working professional or she's a working professional. She has 2 kids. She's still able to volunteer. How is she able to do that? Can I also do that? That relatability index does not come from the cause of the NGO. That comes from how you are able to do it. I can also do that. That's how we want to make volunteering look like. Okay? So definitely, how many of us have volunteered in life? When I say volunteered, it could be corporate, individual, organizational. So how many of us has volunteered? Okay, thank you. So how many of us have heard a Hindi saying called "Neki kar darya mein dal"? Right? So we are not used to tell that we did this good. Because that is where it comes from. It's in the culture of giving, right? We come from a culture that already appreciates giving. But in the world that is getting more difficult every day, we should start telling these stories, One story, if 100 likes are there and even one person would start to that, okay, this person did this, and you will remember those stories for life. Volunteering was definitely the highlight. Now, celebration and collaborations are the medium of how we want to make volunteering accessible to everybody. That's where the role of Volfest comes in. With going back, when we say volunteering, and obviously the organization runs on volunteering stories, when we talk about volunteering stories, we have shared close to 300 stories now. And we realize there is a lot of gap of accessibility to volunteering. Lot many people, when they share their journey, like 60% of the storyline includes what was the eureka moment of their volunteering journey. So basically how they start is like really, really important in their life. Somebody is getting inspired from the grandfather, somebody is learning situations nearby. So beautiful stories are up there. And celebration collaborations are the medium which we think can actually create that possibility. And after meeting these people whose story we have shared and who have been there in our networks, we have realized there are 3 major challenges which are many citizens want to help but don't understand how volunteerism work. So any answers to why people don't volunteer? So I'm talking about somebody here who does not know what volunteering is like. Even if they have the intention to start to do good, they don't know how to start with. So any hindrances you know of? Anybody here? Busy life? Okay. Think it from the youth perspective now.
Introvert nature.
Don't know who to reach out to, so no clarity in how to start with. Not aware, right. So lack of awareness is also there. Agreed. Is there also,
Somebody wants to do, but due to some nature, introvert nature, is not able to go.
right,
Takes some
doesn't,
motivation.
agreed. So there are a few more points to it for sure. Something like, obviously they do not have a clarity, but also they don't know what cause they resonate with. What is that inside them that they would want to do for life or they would want to be associated with? So many more things around that. But second, we come to the second challenge called volunteers often feel unrecognized, leading to disengagement. So assume for XYZ reason, somebody still starts to volunteer and still feel unrecognized. So that person who still is an introvert but starts to volunteer, but the organization is not recognizing them. So they feel, okay, it could be a possibility with respect to any other organization problems as well, but they themselves don't feel recognized. So they either leave the cause or they switch organizations or they just stop to volunteer. So that is where the volunteer retention problem comes from. Third problem here is organizations and change makers struggle with collaboration and visibility. So I wanted to ask Sahil and Rasika here, you somehow work on the same cause. It is addressing the same age group and both of you are a part of India, are over internet, probably are using Instagram and met yesterday, right? But did you guys know each other? Right? But you have, definitely you do have different models and approaches of how you are addressing these students, beneficiaries and volunteers, but you didn't know each other from, before the session. So this is what I'm saying, this is what we have observed, a lack in collaboration in this sector specifically, when it comes to NGOs. These people who are working in the same cause might have had same challenges, might have had same experiences when, if Sahil has collaborated with government of Tamil Nadu, maybe Rasika can also, right? Maybe some other government, right? Irrespective, the audience of what they are serving, the audience of beneficiaries is still different. She giving a wheelchair to somebody and you giving a wheelchair to somebody are still different beneficiaries, right? And you can both always be in touch and understand, okay, this is what I've already faced, I don't want you to face it. Right? That's where collaborations come into place. Very important thing called visibility. Very small organizations, if I start to tell them, you'll kind of, if you try to find them on Instagram, you'll not be able to see more than 15, 20, 100 followers. And when you actually visit them, you'll be mesmerized by the work they're trying to do. How much time do I have? I will get flown with the stories. Okay. So these challenges specifically gave birth to a concept called VolFest. VolFest is a volunteering festival. It is simply designed to address these gaps by making volunteering easy to understand, celebrating those who serve and fostering collaboration. So if we have kind of included all these problems into a festival, definitely as light as it feels and sounds, it has pretty much a work done around what is the meaning of having a festival, right? All of us have been to fest, college fest or music fest, food fest, and have we had that FOMO of, oh, wahan gaya, main nahi gaya? Yeah, they have been there, I didn't go to that place. It would be happening for someone who has not visited VolCon as well. So that is the FOMO, how it works with at least the youth here. The concept of VolFest, if the pictures are clearly visible, else I can also play a video at the end to show how VolFest look like. We have done it for 2 years now in Delhi. It is like a 2-day festival where different components are there, and we have addressed around 3,000 citizens. Most of them have never volunteered. They just became because it had fest word in it, right? And we have partnered with 50 plus NGO partners. These are the same NGOs who do not have visibility, probably work around very small areas and have, deep analysis of how that model of particular cause work. So the major segments of VolFest is NGO stalls, volunteering arena, performers, citizens. So we can definitely dig in deeper later. So the solutions that we are providing here, making volunteering accessible. So this is a picture of a volunteering arena. Volunteering arena is nothing. It is just 4 poles and a tent. It is basically an arena where people come in and experience what volunteering feels like. It is definitely a one-time event. It is definitely an instant gratification of 45 minutes, which just gives you a gist of what this organization is capable of doing. If this 45 minutes, kind of influences you, then you can actually work with this cause or this organization itself and work on a longer impact, right? So that's the type of creation that's the type of engagement that we are trying to do here. So the festival is free for citizens. We don't want even a 1 minute, 1 rupee barrier for people to start volunteering. Is the reason why the festival has been kept free for citizens. Hands-on volunteering, as explained, it gives you an opportunity, it's an experience for people to take. Access to passionate non-profits. These non-profits definitely come from small backgrounds and they are doing great work. They have volunteering opportunities. They do not know how to work with those volunteers, or sometimes they do not get enough volunteers for specific reasons. This is a picture of same family, both sides of the family. Nani ji is in between, but they have all come together to experience what volunteering is like. नानी जी के हिसाब से that is सेवा, छोटे बच्चे के हिसाब से that is a festival, and obviously adults के हिसाब से they have a deeper understanding of what volunteering is like. So this is second solution is celebrating and inspiring, where the volunteer recognition as well as celebration comes in place. In the last session we were talking about how people are celebrating even the smallest of the thing. If you made a website for an NGO, if a corporate volunteer made a website for an NGO, it should be a LinkedIn post. Even if it is not a LinkedIn post, you tell your network about it, that okay, this is what I do, this is what you can also do, right? So this is Vikrant. I will definitely tell his story, but it will take longer. But he's working on fighting loneliness, making volunteers fight loneliness with other people. Somebody who's suffering with it, he makes them capable. So the solutions we're providing for celebrating and inspiring is, it is showcased as a fest. It is showcased as something that is fun. So we are transforming that perspective, so changing perspective comes here. We're transforming that eyes of sympathy into more of action. So we're trying to shift that viewpoint of the NGO sector for how much we can do, to look into the eyes and see it like something fun is happening. Live storytelling, we obviously have many people in our networks, but we only invite 5 to 7 people who can really share their stories and tell how they did it, right? So the third solution is collaborating and networking.
If we can wrap it up in the
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can see, this is the t-shirt of I Volunteer, this is Shalab, and this is us, HOV, Humans of Volunteering. We have collaborated to do Volfest in Delhi every year, and this actually gives us a platform of, they kind of support us through different resources that we would need, and that's how the collaboration starts, okay? NGOs, if I talk about NGO stalls, they talk about their cause, their action and initiatives, their impact, and their volunteering opportunities as well. So these citizens who are walking in, some IT professional walking in would say, you want a website? It's like a 15 minutes job for me, or maybe a 1 hour job, going too aspirational here, but maybe a 1 hour job for me. But this is like a life-changing experience for an NGO. They would have paid 20,000 rupees to somebody. So this is where a basic opportunities are given. Citizen touch point, because even if you buy the most expensive things, you want to touch and feel and see the tangibility. So that's where we want to make a festival which you can experience and start to volunteer. Volunteering opportunities I did explain. So you can skip all of this. We can showcase a video if it allows. So 3 major takeaways that we're trying to do through Volfest is, volunteering should be easy and accessible, recognizing volunteer efforts, and thirdly, collaboration and strengthening that impact. So this time it's happening on 5th and 6th of April in Delhi, in JLN Stadium. So if anybody is around Delhi or have teams in Delhi, can be a part of Volfest. It's definitely free, so you can experience what volunteering is like. Currently we are doing it in Delhi, but we can do it in more cities if we get support of. So this is our team, and we can connect.
Great. Thank you so much. And I think you really got carried away. so, um, so now will open the stage for questions. Everybody, if you can open, like, pick up your phones, open Google Chrome, and we'll have a Mentimeter scanner. I would like all the speakers to please come on the stage. Everybody talked about, scaling volunteering, how we can leverage technology, how we can leverage collaboration, celebrations. So, would love to ask Sahil, how do you build a culture of ownership among volunteers, especially when everybody is working remotely and and you are trying to scale?
Yeah. So, as I have already mentioned in the the presentation, institute collaboration model is working well. Mainly because I told you the social clubs mostly, they want to do something. That's why they are a part of the social club, but they don't have enough opportunity to. They don't have enough spaces to volunteer, or they don't have enough spaces to contribute in meaningful projects long term with uh, minimal efforts. The thing is, college students especially, they'll be busy with their placements. They'll be having a lot of assignments, Viva, and a lot of stuff. So, becomes extremely difficult for us. So, I think online model is working better for them. Rather than offline, online is working better is what I have understood. Scaling the model right now is tough. Why? Because maybe 3-4 years down the lane, Open Data Foundation having more student presence. Our own students getting into these colleges, that word of mouth will definitely work. Like how it worked with Abhiram. So he came with 9 of his friends from Bangalore, and he told like he'll take care of the entire operations. But as of now, having that one very enthu member from that college who is ideally the head of the student club is helping us, because they'll be like an extended member, and they'll even be pushing us as founders as to why are you not doing this, or why are you not helping us with this. Second, I also understand the importance of offline. So we also do some sort of offline engagement, like we do meetup events within colleges. And with Open Data Foundation, the thing is, it's the only community in India where you can find law students, technology students, students from arts and humanities, commerce, everyone coming into a single platform. That too, they are all from top colleges. Say if you go to Delhi, in our Delhi meetup, there will be students from top B schools like FMS. Then NLU Delhi students will be coming in. So unfortunately, I think the problem with the education system in India in itself is like there are no collaborations. People work in silos. Unlike the foreign universities, say if you go to Harvard, there will be a law college, a different universities together. So that's simply not there. But we are also trying to give them that opportunity to network within themselves, like with students from different horizons. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So my next question is for Rasika. So I saw that you have mentioned while building your volunteering programs, you provide personalized opportunities. So how do you balance between personalization and scale while building your volunteering programs?
Firstly, what are we trying to do is we are trying to build a community of volunteers who come together, who are all professionals, who can guide and mentor the students, so that students can become the future, like the change makers of the future for the country. And in this aspect, the first step of volunteers is to just do the evaluations. It's not personalized, but it's like the students are sharing their stories. Those are personalized, and the volunteers have to just come in and read the stories, watch the videos, etc. And they connect with the students at that level. And once you keep doing the volunteering recurring, like every month, you keep seeing more stories, you keep interacting with more students on online medium, you gradually develop more interest about the student, and then that's where you can come in and do more personalized mentoring for the student. Say for example, there's a student who has started his own startup, which is around crypto and something. He's in, I think, IIT Delhi. So one of the volunteers came in and then helped him and supported him with building that kind of platform. So those kind of opportunities is something which can then happen at a personalized level. And the technology, the first step is the evaluations, which is the tech platform, which is happening at scale, which is then giving those opportunities to do it at a personalized level and also get like involved deeply with the student's life and with the student's journey. And then gradually you also become a person who is not just supporting or mentoring the student, but also contributing financially and taking that student up and supporting the student's entire career journey. Hope that answers.
Yeah, thanks. Next question is for Yakshika. So you told about storytelling, celebration, but how do you think this is helping in promoting more collaboration and sustaining and scaling volunteering?
Okay. So when we talk about the role of storytelling for promoting volunteering, I think it clearly comes from somebody reading your story, right? We invite around 200, 500 people to our weddings and they give that Shagun ka lifafa to us. They believe that we are going to be happily married irrespective of they have never seen my groom. But they are wishing me all good luck. But they're ready to contribute some particular amount for my marriage. Do these people know about your cause or something you're volunteering about? Would they be willing to contribute as much as like your wedding to your cause as well? Does your inner circle also knows about it? They don't know what your journey has been because probably in social gatherings you never give importance to telling about volunteering specifically. You do tell about your personal professional lives, but we don't talk about our volunteering journeys when we meet our inner circles. So the more we talk about our journeys here, the more people are able to relate. Either they pick you up from the cause that they resonate with. They either have had personal experiences with respect to that cause, or they know an organization of. So something they will be ready to catch up, or maybe somebody having a Kerala connection, right? That also resonates with a few people. So it depends on how you want to be inspired about. You can be inspired from sunlight, right? So similarly, we tell stories so that people resonate with people first and then with causes and organization and cities and the journeys. The people who have made an organization out of after volunteering for 10 long years. So that organization has, has has also told their story for this long, and then only they have been able to gather that courage of opening an organization and addressing a particular cause and working long term for that. So I think storytelling is constant. Storytelling is something that is as simple as picture. It's as simple as telling my peer, okay, this is what I did today. That's also storytelling. So I think it plays a major role in promoting volunteering.
Thank you. I really liked the analogy between a wedding and promoting volunteering through storytelling. I hope you didn't get the idea of HOV in your wedding. Just kidding. So the next question is for it's for Rasika, but I think after Rasika, even Sahil can answer that. Do your volunteers receive any training prior to interacting with the beneficiaries? Do they have to know how? Do they have to know how of psychology to be able to evaluate personality traits of students?
So we do provide a orientation session for the volunteers, which is a short 45-minute kind of session where we tell them about the cause, what are we doing and what is this about and how they can help and support with this. But the evaluation is very fairly simple that we have built. It's just based on whatever first impression that they're getting. So it's just evaluating 5 personality traits on whatever first impression you got after watching the video, after going through the statement of purpose, essay, and other details of the student. So it doesn't need that kind of training because most of the corporate volunteers are coming from a background where they have been through similar journeys. They have also interacted a lot with others in the corporate setup. So they can evaluate it fairly well. Anybody, any volunteer who has more than 3 to 5 years of experience can do these evaluations very easily. And it's based on an Ocean's Big Five kind of model, and you just have to rate on a Likert scale. So it's very, very simple to do and easy to do. It's just 5-10 minutes, so you can do it when you're sipping coffee. You can do it while traveling. You can do it anywhere, anytime. So it's not even very heavy for the volunteer. And so once they get started, they get addicted and they complete all the evaluations. जितने भी student है सब कर देते हैं तुरंत. So that kind of model. Hope that answers the question.
Yeah. Sahil, you want to take this up?
No, regarding, especially in an online model, it's very important to see that the volunteers who are coming in are actually interested. So initially we faced this issue where, some of the volunteers won't turn up for the orientation, but because since we are a new organization, we didn't have a choice. I mean, we had to do that, to be very honest, frank. But then we changed the communication style. We told like, we are doing this cool stuff. If you want to attend, then you should, I mean, if you want to be a part of this, then you should attend one orientation mandatorily. And we give them 3 options, 3 chances. If they don't attend at least one of the orientations, they won't be in the program. So that's about the orientation. Then every week, we take feedbacks from the mentors as well as one of the mentees. So there's a group of 3 mentees to 1 mentor. So one of the mentee will be a group leader, and we take a feedback from them. If any of them goes wrong, I mean, if any of them are not, satisfactory, then we intervene there. We just check their records, what the interaction were like, and we will just remove them. So making it very strict for the volunteer has actually helped us. I didn't want to do that, but ultimately, I mean, to improve the quality of the program, we were very strict in the second year of our program, and it has completely changed, like the way people have taken us program seriously. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody has a question who has not written on Mentimeter but want to ask?
Sahith, you track the data like the engagement. Yesterday, someone discussed about the AI, use of AI between data management, engagement between volunteers and beneficiaries. Yeah. So are you using any kind of?
Yeah. So basically, it's nothing AI. So we are having a volunteer management system. So basically, the mentees can book a slot with the mentor, and every interaction, I mean, right after the session, they'll be getting a feedback from which they will have to fill. So that's there. And then there is also this one group where there are these 3 mentees and 1 mentor. All these interactions are tracked because every time we can't ask them to come on a video call. They might be having a very small doubt, which they can probably clear in a chat. They can post a question, someone can respond. So this is completely tracked. In the sense, like whenever there's an issue, all conversations are with us, but we clear it like every 3 months. So in case if we want to interfere, say in case if a student says that there has been a case of abuse, we'll be getting a red light in the dashboard. We'll be checking that exact group, say group number 53 in our CLAT cohort in Tamil Nadu. We can check that and we can see what abuse has happened. We can take appropriate actions. So that data has been stored there.
And before like signing for the volunteering, do you have some kind of
Yeah, you mean the policies, child protection?
agreement, like if I'm a volunteer?
Yeah, they have to sign the CPP. That's the only. I mean, we work with school students as well as college students. When they're working with school students, they have to sign a CPP. So that's the only thing which we are doing as of now. Then definitely the orientation and constant feedback mechanism is what we are.
Just if any case occurred, then what do you do? What's the
So I mean, again, child protection committee, post committee. Usually, I mean, we have thankfully never had an issue till now, but we have had an issue with a teacher. So a teacher sort of abused one of our volunteers, a female volunteer. Then that has to go with the government. It's outside our thing, but the government took appropriate action, suspended that teacher, and all those things happened. But thankfully, nothing of that sort has happened, but we have set up committees in place. So if at all something happens, it will be new for us. We'll have to figure it out. But as of now, we have committees in place. And thankfully, nothing of that sort happens. That's what we wish, yeah.
The question is to Yakshika that you are having this volunteering fest in April, and you showed that NGOs put their stalls and all those things. So is there any commercials, any cost involved for NGOs to put up stalls? Or,
So, we are still evolving as an organization, which I think all of us do every year. But some things that we were very clear with, that we have to keep it free for citizens who actually are the driving force. Secondly, we'll also keep it free for NGO stalls as well. So these all stalls are free for NGOs. They just apply, they go through an evaluation process. We try to definitely give stalls to NGOs who are very passionate, who are working. We have a set matrix of what volunteering opportunity and what vision they are having with their organization. And then we provide these stalls to them. So there are no commercials attached with citizens and NGOs. However, to conduct the event, we fundraise, we collaborate, we look for corporates and organizations that actually resonates with the idea, and that's how we do the event. So no charges.
so please share the link and whatever to register and to get it evaluated.
Sure. It's all up on our website, and however, we'll share it whenever required.
Just in line with the same, like instead of collaboration, I could find that there are so many NGOs. So instead of collaboration, they are competing with the same space in terms of funding and all. Like someone, like you are in the education space, So you might be competing instead of collaboration. Like if I pitch this with some corporates and get more funders, so have you first in your festival there, you are collaborating with different NGOs. So did you find like more collaboration or competition among the NGOs?
We have thankfully found only collaborations here. Why? Because when we are communicating the idea of Volfest, organizations are there to showcase volunteering opportunity. It's not a fundraising competition of who does more engagement and gets more crowd on their stall and they will get more funds. There's nothing like that. It is clearly stated that you are meeting here to firstly celebrate your own volunteers who are already working with you, getting more volunteers, getting more resources mapped, filling those gaps. This is the whole culture that we are trying to change. Obviously, the traditional form is competing, but then we are trying to evolve it in a way that everybody cares for everybody. Irrespective, the beneficiary audience is different. You don't need to compete at all. You just need to learn from each other's learnings, right? So this is what our idea is about.
Great. Thank you so much. We had a lovely session. We'll have the feedback session first. So everybody, please scan the QR, and if you can rate the session, how did you like it? What can we improve? And then we can go out for a networking session. And if you have any more questions, they'll be outside. Please catch hold of them. Ask as many questions you want to. I would like speakers to wait on the stage. So we have planted 5 trees in each one of your names, and would like to facilitate you for that. Rasika. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Thank you. Sahil. Great, thanks. Yakshika. A fun fact, we both are co-founders of HOV, and she is my wife as well. Thanks, thank you so much. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll break for a networking break outside. If you have any more questions, please catch hold of the speakers.